Alrighty, I'm going to start showing off this computer today, in particular the system restore process. This is a Compaq PC 4112, complete with its original keyboard, mouse, monitor, and speakers. Transfer my ear. As you can see here, I got this a few years ago off Facebook Marketplace for only $25. Pretty much mint condition. Only issues it had was a few random keys on this keyboard have yellowed. Don't know why. This keyboard's kind of awful. On left-handed, so I'm always hitting this left side of the spacebar, which is actually a backspace key on this thing. Just so annoying. But I'm going to be recording most of this video on this little camera here, just to be period accurate. This computer was made in late 96, early late 96. I'm sure this camera is also made in early 96. Alright, this is a rebuilt Sharp Slim Cam. I installed the color viewfinder from a later model. This model range is actually kind of interchangeable with itself. So anyway, I'm going to pause now and set this up. Here's the original booklet. Let me go ahead and turn on autofocus for this. Use the original. No, that's not the original. This is the original booklet. I have the original boot floppy here. Get it out. Right here. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And I have copies of the System Restore in this sleeve because I don't really trust it not to scratch the CD up every time I pull them out. I have it in this. Nice and protected, as you can see. I found this QuickRestore set off eBay. Got lucky. Apparently, I think the seller only wanted $10 for them. They're almost an exact match for this computer. For some reason, even though the part number is the same, it will not take the original serial number on my computer. It says it's not for it. But I will show you how you change your serial number to make it work. Now, I do recall I have to put in this bottom CD-ROM drive, which is quite annoying. So I installed that later. The original computer only came with the mouse, keyboard, speakers, monitor. I put in the second drive from the stash I already had there. As you can see now, it's booting up. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the screen here. I'm just going to reboot. Yeah, it should boot off the floppy drive now. Now I may have to reformat the hard drive to FAT16 because I don't think the System Restore supports FAT32. Boot floppy is actually off of one that was originally MS-DOS file. I might have. I don't think I modified it. I do have the original disk image backed up because I wanted to restore it. But I don't think I altered it. Yeah, I did. I installed the backpack drivers for this little Micro Innovations brand backpack, printer port style external CD-ROM drive. I do not have that turned on right now, so I'm just going to bypass that message. I think the reason I swapped out the version of MS-DOS on this is because it was having trouble seeing that 4 GB hard drive completely. So you might have to do that on yours. Just take an image from Windows 95 or a version that supports FAT32, and then you just replace all the file, the important stuff. IO.sys, MS-DOS.sys, and command.com you keep, and then you replace everything else with what was on the System Restore boot disk, like the config.sys, the AutoX, and all the other files, and it should just work. So I'm going to select English. Now this part, I'm going to need that. Now this part is the part you might need to change the serial number on, so it's wanting the serial number. My original, this will be my original serial. I'm going to go ahead and turn on caps. 65. I think that's two B's. Yeah, that's two B's. That's 2 0913. Now this is my original serial number. I'll show you what it does. Let's see here. I actually have the these numbers here are the part number for the computer. You choose the one that matches what you got. Now I'll show you what mine is. I'll use my phone for this. I'm not sure if you can read that, but it's 288800003, and that's the middle one right here. And see, this message right here says it's only supported by following QuickRestore CD part number. But here's the thing. That is exactly what's on the CD, so I'm not even sure what's different about this computer. But I'll show you a way around that. And so it's going to exit. And focus looks good, so I'm going to go back to continue, yes. And now I'm going to type that number in again, but with a small change. X. I don't think caps matter, but S. And now instead of typing 2, I'm going to type in 3. Then I'm going to put 0913. And the reason I know this is because I actually looked into the files of the System Restore. I forget what the file names were for it, but there's a list of model ranges the CD-ROM drive, the System Restore CD supports. And I noticed one of the numbers matches part of my serial number. So I figured, well, if I just change the serial number to match what the System Restore expects, it took it. So S3 instead of S2 for mine. It only lists one model number with this one, 006. And mine's a 001, I think. And 003, yeah. I'm not sure what the difference is. I think maybe it's just a difference in bundled software because all the drivers it installs work. And so I'm going to click yes. I didn't even bother to check if I reformat it, and we'll just show you what happens if you don't format it correctly, I guess, the hard drive. So it's going to do some stuff off this boot floppy first. The flicker on the CRT ain't too bad on this VHS camera. Probably just a white balance or exposure and maybe reduce that flicker, but we'll see how far this gets, how far I have to intervene. Maybe I'll get lucky and it will just work the first try. Okay, this is that hard drive error that I got last time, I do recall. Pretty sure I fixed it by just changing. No, I'm not going to try. So what I have to do is F-disk into this and see if it even shows up. And it does. I forget what format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to A. I'm not blocking the camera, am I? A little bit. I'm going to pull the keyboard down out here so I don't have to stand in front of the camera for this. Found sometime back when I was trying to upgrade the version of the BIOS software that comes with this computer. Nothing special, these are just disks I labeled myself. Anyway, what these disks do is they restore the hidden BIOS partition that's on the hard drive I think the problem I've been having with this QuickRestore program is it doesn't know what to do with this really large hard drive. So I'm going to pop this first disk in, reboot. Basically what I did, I just created a 2 gig partition on the hard drive first. I'm not sure what it'll do if I just leave it completely blank or not, so I just set up a blank formatted partition on there just in case. So there's 2 disks. There's a diag setup disk, and there's the other boot disk. It has the actual BIOS software on it that you can use to configure the BIOS settings. You can either install it to your computer hard drive, or you can run that program off the floppy. So what I want to do here, instead of going to computer setup, I go to manage diagnostics partition. I want to create diagnostics partition. I wiped it. I must have done some partition setting changes there. Might automatically create the partition if the computer has no partitions at all on the hard drive there. I'm just going to ask for the second disk here in a second. Swap the other one, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. They just couldn't fit this stuff into a single partition floppy and have all this fancy graphics. And now once the first disk again. We're going to go back to QuickRestore here. Use another boot. Alright, we're going to do the UIA program again. UIA bomb WR 001 MC. It's going to reboot. might be working now. So yeah, it looks like what you have to do is restore the hidden BIOS partition first, and then run QuickRestore. You might not have to do that if you still have the original hard drive, but if you have a 4 gig hard drive like me, instead of the original 2 gig hard drive, you'll get that weird divide by zero error. So that's what you'll have to do. You have to install the hidden BIOS partition with those 2 floppy images, and then you have to make sure the hard drive is blank, delete all partitions, and then run that BIOS partition installer disks on there. It installs the hidden partition, and then go back, boot off the QuickRestore disk, exit out of QuickRestore, then fdisk, create the largest partition it'll let you, which is 2 gigabytes, and then format. You don't even have to format it. Just create the partition, restart, let QuickRestore run. I forgot to format the partition after I created it, but it doesn't look like QuickRestore cares about that. It's formatting it for me, I assume. So yeah, there you go. I might get an error at the end of the process at like 99 or 100%. That might have been happening because I had my CF card inserted at the time. But it was all set up. The only thing it didn't do was set the active partition bit. If it fails at 99% again, I'll just go back and fdisk, set the partition active, and just boot off of it and see if it actually put everything on there, because it looks like it did the first attempt. So I'm going to go ahead and pause now, because this process takes a while, so I'm not going to record this whole thing. Alright, I still got the error at 97%. I'm not sure why that's happening, but last time I checked, it looked complete. So what I'm just going to do is make sure the active partition bit is set. Okay, it is set active, so I'm just going to reboot. And hopefully this should just work. Go. Looks like it's working. This boot splash is actually kind of a pain to get rid of if you want to use a custom Windows boot logo. You know, I had to modify the file somewhere. I don't know. There's the long file name thing. I'm not sure how that works. It looks like it has a dedicated program. I use it for that. Now it's probably going to see this is for the Ethernet card, I'm pretty sure. And I do not have the drivers to that. I'll go ahead and turn that down. You see the volume knob in action. The little fancy display that you see up there is optional. If you have all the Compaq software installed, you'll see the little UI element show up whenever you use that volume knob. But it'll work without it. It's just a extra thing they added to let you know where the volume is set when you change it. Because the knob will work even in MS-DOS mode. The next thing that should come up is the fun bit. It's the little multimedia video thing that it displays for setting up the, for doing the, what you call it, the registration, yeah. And there's a Switch 6 they used to have back in '96, and they had a really well-known actor do the videos for it, and you'll see that in a moment. Probably have to put in the, it's probably going to ask for the CD key. I'm surprised it will ask for it on this, but yep, that's what it's doing. I'm going to type that in. I have that written down here. restart. I shouldn't need the CD inserted anymore. What do I have the jewel case for it? Might reboot again, or it might just go right into it.
Hello. Well,
here we go.
Bought yourself a new computer, and now it's time to find out what it can do.
It's Q from Star Trek. Forget his death.
You really made the right choice, because Compaq's quality, reliability, and innovation put it way above the rest. Don't go away.
Now it's not actually doing full screen video here. Each time it shows them, it's just showing a little box, a hidden area where the actual video plays, and they use the background so to hide the fact that these old machines can't handle full screen video.
Compaq is the world's leading maker of PCs, bringing you the kind of advanced features that make your computing easy, powerful, and, dare I say, fun. Oh, would you excuse me for just a moment? Thanks. After all, PC means personal computer, and Compaq makes its products work the way you want to work and play the way you want to play. What exactly do I mean? I mean the things that make Rosario the most innovative PC on anybody's desktop. And now... So, let's explore what's inside your new Compaq Rosario. Go on! Press it! What harm could it do? Well, it looks like it's time to register your computer and get your warranty information on file. Oh, and you'll also be automatically entered in a contest to win a vacation anywhere in the continental United States.
That's the switch stick.
Say, does that go for me too?
No, John.
Oh.
97 looks like this one ended in.
Just type your first name. Then move to the next box by pressing the Tab key. Don't worry if you make a mistake, we'll fix it later. Just keep going.
I'm going to edit out this part for obvious reasons.
Oh! Whew. Well, that's one way to clear your ears. This time, tell us some of the things you're planning to use your Presario for and where you plan to use it.
Let's go ahead. Entertainment games. Which one? Bedroom. 35 bracket now. Oh
no. Now I know how a milkshake feels. You're almost done, I promise. Just tell us a little bit about who's going to be using your new Presario.
Whips edition.
The handy desktop size. Now let's check over the information before sending it to Compaq.
Yeah, I'm gonna update it this. I do not have a phone line, so we're just gonna go to print that off to where is this going? Comp 2. I was expecting maybe to just go to an XPS file or something like that. It's probably waiting for one line that. Alright. Tried to fax or probably tried to send a print to but I do not have a printer hooked up, so we're gonna skip that.
Well, actually, that was pretty painless for you. Okay, are we ready? All comfy? It's time for you to explore. Just click on any of the doorways here to find out more about your Presario. Take any route you want and you'll automatically return here. Should you grow tired of all this, which frankly I find highly improbable, click on the exit sign. By now, you may have noticed buttons like these on your computer. These buttons are one of the defining differences of the Presario family. They give you quick access to some really useful features, like answering your phone or playing your music CDs. Now just click on any item or choose Exit.
I'm going to go through the whole process to show you what all this looks like.
If your Presario came with a modem, it is ready to send and receive faxes. In fact, you can create a document and send a fax without ever having to print it out. Ta-da! You can receive faxes, view them on screen, and store them in your computer, all without fiddling with paper. Your Presario can also be a personal voicemail system. It has 2 mailboxes for your home office or family. If you happen to have a really big family, you can upgrade to 100 mailboxes, if you want to. A blinking light on your Presario tells you when there are messages waiting. Just use the controls on screen to play the messages back.
The Festo still works today if you have a phone line.
Hands-free calling? No problem. Your Presario is a speakerphone. It also has a personal phone book that dials numbers and helps you track your calls.
Who actually use this stuff?
It works with caller ID if available in your area.
Now we go to the CD player.
Say, do you want to use your CD-ROM drive to play music CDs? No problem. Control them from the screen or use the control buttons right on the computer. Your CDs sound great because your Presario is multimedia ready. You've got high-fidelity speakers and wavetable sound for games and other titles.
Sleep button.
Sleep mode allows your Presario to function as a fax and answering machine even when you're not around. You can set it to go to sleep automatically or press the sleep button anytime you want. Press the button again, and your Presario instantly wakes up. The great thing is you don't have to turn your computer off every time you're done with it.
Try telling the EPA that these days. The old ATX, no, not even ATX, it's got an AT power supply. It doesn't even turn off on its own. You have to flip a switch on the back.
You know how sometimes you get so lost you don't know how to find your way back? Just press the button on the front of your machine that looks like this. It'll get you all the help you need.
Alright, that covers everything there. Just go with it. And we're going to click on what that does.
If you think that going online is reserved for ultra-techie types, check out America Online. Affectionately known as AOL, it's already installed on your new Presario. Welcome. AOL is a point-and-click way to join the online world and check out late-breaking news, stock quotes, weather and sports scores. You can also play games and visit a wide array of special interest areas. With AOL, you can send email and files anywhere in the world. AOL now has an internet browser, so you can surf the World Wide Web. When you join, you get 15 free hours online. You can also go right from your desktop to special interest areas within AOL. Have your AOL registration number and password handy for your free visit. They're printed on your AOL materials in your Presario accessories box. Goodbye. Check it out.
We'll do that later. The last option on here is this.
Want a place to call home? Think of this place as your home base. Here you can choose your own personal workspace and either get help or information when you need it. Going up! The best part is that you can always get back here at the touch of a button. This is especially useful when your software makes you feel like you're lost on an alien planet. How do you find your way back? No problem. Just press the button on the front of your machine. Oh, that looks like this. Cheers. Your Presario's help system has answers on everything you need to keep your PC zipping along. From hardware to software, all the how-tos are in one place. This is the place to come whenever you need help, or you're just frustrated. You'll find information about many problems, as well as ways to reach Compaq directly if you can't solve the problem yourself.
I think that's everything. I'm going to go ahead and click exit. I'm going to click this again because I think I missed something.
Some of you might be new at using a mouse or a modem. So if you need help with your mouse, move it now so that the pointer is over the picture of the mouse. If you need help with your modem, move the pointer over the picture of the telephone plug.
Alright, yeah.
Ta-da!
It must
Guess
have timed
what?
out.
You just learned to use the mouse.
Alright, let's see what the
Some of you might be new at using a mouse or a modem. So if you need help with your mouse, move it now so that the pointer is over the picture of the mouse. If you need help with your modem, move the pointer over the picture of the telephone plug.
Alright, there's not much to look at there. Alright, that's it.
Happy computing, and thanks again for buying Compaq.
It just exits, saves entire application, or you can delete it. No, it's not going to matter. I think I saved it the last time. So it starts off with no workspace. I'm going to create one. It's like a fancy version of the Windows login screen, basically. I'm not going to bother password protecting it. about to find out what CPU this thing had. I always forget. Say, it just says Pentium. I have the RAM maxed out to 72 megs. This is the version of Windows it came with, 4.00.950A. And the buttons work. I will show that to you. Zoom out. Let me set the that back to auto. I'm gonna show you pressing that button there, the little A button. That should take you back to home base, which has that. I think it's that. Oh, let me do this first. Yeah. Alright, let's try this again. I think that just takes you to the desktop. It says home base, but it's not doing anything. Let me see if I press the phone button. That should fire up the phone program. And that's what it's doing. Now I don't think the media buttons to play stuff. I don't have a CD audio disc inserted, so I'm not going to test that. But there you go. That's the quick restore successfully completed on a Presario 4112. It doesn't come with much, but I'm guessing some. See, this one comes with a shortcut to PGA Tour, but it's not actually installed, though. But yeah, it's interesting. The way you shut this down is you just go down to the shutdown, and then you have to turn the switch on the back.